Morning guys. Today we want to discuss this. Just observe the cars in the lanes and then you observe the motorcycles. Okay? Just observe for a while. Be it left or right, in between left, in between right, in the middle lane or the right lane or the left lane, there are motorcycles zipping through. Look at that. Now, if you ride a motorcycle, you help us explain, how can we guess where you're gonna come from? You help us to explain. To be honest, right, the ongoing argument about who's right, who's wrong between motorcyclists and cars, you just need to observe this. See, a car changing lane might get a stare from motorcyclists, right? Worse still, they're gonna destroy your side mirrors just because they're not happy. Okay? And then of course their argument is, hey, they signal without looking. Maybe we're looking at the guy from the right, but you came from the left. Or maybe we're looking at the guy from the left and you came from the right. Or like my earlier case, I want to signal left, I want to merge to the left side. I look at the side mirror, there's nothing behind me. So as I start to move out, one cyclist came from my rear right while I'm signaling left, looking here. He came from my rear right and he decided to overtake me from my left. That means suddenly coming out from the rear of my car and then pull back in from my front while I'm trying to make a left lane merge. You see, the thing is this. Yes, we know Malaysia's it's not a law. I don't think that's a law, but it's just a common practice that the law protects the motorcyclists, right? But I think this has caused a perversion of what the truth should represent. You know, you look at Thailand, most motorcyclists, they travel on the left. No matter what they do, they go back to the left. That is a fantastic show of ethics, okay, on both parts. Because you look at drivers, right, we couldn't guess where the next motorcycle is gonna pop out from. You know, sometimes one car wants to move out a little bit and then we were afraid that that car might hit us, and then we shift our cars out as well, and there comes one motorcyclist barreling down in between cars in traffic jams at a differential speed that is so big apart that it causes harm for themselves. So I urge motorcyclists, if you could, please try and move between cars on the left, at best if could, you know, because we just couldn't guess. We just gave up. Like, we couldn't guess where's the next motorcyclist gonna come from. And you see, this guy's trying to merge right, and the motorcyclist prevent this Privé from merging right just now, because he put on his signal, he's trying to merge right, but the cyclist came barreling down from behind and just give him a beat. It's like, hey, fuck off, that's my lane. And what do you want us to do? We can't merge left, we can't merge right, so we're not allowed to move. It's a bit ridiculous, okay? And I think this has to stop. This has to stop, because there's just no system, and motorcyclists shouldn't assume all 5 lanes belong to them, and those in between as well. So they basically have 10 lanes if they choose to, you know. The actual lane and the lanes between the lanes are also their lanes. It's like, anyway, I know all the arguments, you know, you guys are sitting in comfort in your car, blah 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 blah. But will I allow my kid to ride a motorcycle? No. I don't want to condition him the convenience of a motorcycle. It's way more convenient, right? You don't need to suffer traffic jam. You don't need to suffer a lot of things. It's very low cost. It's very fuel efficient. Yes, it's good, but you are subjecting your body to the kind of speed that your body is not designed to take, right? And it's the flesh protecting the bike, not the other way around. So that is something I will not. You see, now I'm trying to give way to the motorcyclist on my left because he was like stuck in between two cars. So most of the time I always take note of all this, and I will shift my car a little bit to open up the gap to let them pass through. But on my right, at the same time, there were a few dozen of motorcyclists barreling down. So I have to be very, very careful of the front, of the left, of the right. And yeah, and I have to take occasional glances to my rear view mirror to know what's going on behind, to guess what's going on. All this processing power.